This is the cleanest 1TB iPhone 15 Pro Max SSD setup that I've been able to come up with. But before I show you how to make it yourself, I want to run through a couple different setups that you've been asking me to test out. I'll leave everything linked in the description below. However, the video I uploaded yesterday found out that this beloved cable that I've had for probably 6 years now is discontinued, but I will link a very similar cable down there. And they're all like $6 to $10. So it's a nice budget-friendly video, you know, once you buy the expensive iPhone. All right, so the first setup that you guys asked me is, can you hook up a USB-C dongle so that you can do multiple things with the iPhone's USB-C port at once? Just have this USB-C dongle, which does have two USB Type-C ports. One is a 10 gigabits per second data transfer port, and the other one is power delivery. PDN stand for power delivery or power and data. We'll see. All right, let's grab our iPhone here. By the way, if you're interested in the wallpaper, we put it on the website for $2. Attach our dongle first. Good old battery bank, power delivery to the phone. Cool. Phone is charging. So now, can we take a SSD, plug it into 10 gig port? We will open up our camera and we see USB-C at the bottom. So it's confirmed. You could just, you know, carry around this and record amazing video. Launch camera promotion videos are probably the most deceiving marketing tools out there. They're shot in amazing places by professional cinematographers, and it can be incredibly depressing when you get that camera and wonder why your footage doesn't look the same. It's no different than when phone companies market their cameras. But the truth is you don't need to travel to extravagant places or be a professional cinematographer in order to get images that you're happy with out of your phone. Whether you're new to iPhone or just want to level up your photos and videos that you take on it, I've put together the ultimate iPhone filmmaking guide. We go through all the basics and advanced level techniques that I've learned over the years about what settings to change, what accessories are worth it, native app versus third party, walkthroughs on everything, and I truly want to help you take your photos and videos that look like this to something like this. Now currently I have it set at an insane deal because I'm still adding videos in it currently, but we've just put up some awesome new videos, and now that I have the new iPhone in hand, a lot more are coming in the next couple days. Mobile filmmaking has been something I've been passionate about for years, and I'm so excited to put this guide together for you. Thanks to everyone who have joined. Link is in the description to learn more. I just realized I'm wearing my BScript shirt. I just wanted to wear a white shirt, and we're talking about BScript stuff. I swear this is not sponsored by BScript, but they are cool and products will be in the description. But right before we get to the cleanest setup, I want to go over my beefiest clean setup. So this is the setup where if you want to attach lenses, microphones, multiple accessories to, you want something like this. So the basic setup of this one is we have the BScript Pro. I just have a single little mini magic arm and a extending phone holder right there, but you can use whatever SSD attachment you have. So I'm gonna throw in my iPhone. Now, if you aren't using any lenses, you can straight up take this off, or like me, I just put it down far enough to where it's below the lenses. And so I can have access to all three of my lenses without them being covered up. If I normally want to connect a lens and make sure it fits nice in that slot. So now our phone is nicely seated in there. What I was testing out the other day was just simply plugging in the USB-C cable. I would take my drive and sit it on top. And there kind of goes my grip, and it interferes with the cable. I'm worried about breaking it. I'm just so worried about that component snapping. So we're gonna grab the other right angle, the flat right angle one here. And so now our USB-C port is aiming up. And so it's just so much cleaner to just have the cable right there. And now our right grip is completely unaffected. Also, for those curious who either have a bunch of BScript lenses, like me, they'll all be compatible and test really nicely with the iPhone 15 series. Yeah, that looks sharp. So if you're like me and you don't like using the ultra wide lens as much because it's just a lot less quality than your main sensor, but you want something a little wider than your main sensor. All right, so now we are done with the beefy clean setup. And now's the time that you guys have been waiting for. Let's get the cleanest setup, something that I can actually imagine keeping in my pocket throughout the day. So for this, we are going to take this little adapter. This is a male-to-male USB Type-C. If you look at something outside of the ones I have listed, that they don't just support charging. This one, for example, is actually a USB 4.0, so it supports up to 40 gigabits per second. And the second one we'll be using is actually just 10 gigabits per second, but that's more than enough for recording. And this is a male to female. And the reason I needed both of these is because I'm gonna be using this little beautiful drive, the 𝗦𝗚𝗙𝗙 Pocket to Go. This is a 1 terabyte drive. They come in other options. And the thing that I love most about this drive is it has a kind of receded connector plug into the drive. If I take my T3 drive here, plug this in, you have a big point of failure because that's like a big stress right there, right? So their drives recede in quite a bit. So first I'm gonna attach this to the bottom of the phone, and now we instantly have like an inverted USB-C. So now we're aiming back towards the phone. It's much smaller form sticking out the bottom. I think the one I linked is even skinnier and smaller profile than this. Obviously, this setup is probably not gonna work with cases, at least most cases. This is truly the cleanest and most minimal, as in no cases. Unfortunately, the connector is so receded that I need a little bit more of an extension. So what I did was connect this to that and this to this. So it's essentially a really long USB-C port. And so now this will fit inside there. It's got a little bit extra length. And so now we have an SSD that is connected. It's flush to the back of the phone, basically the same thickness as the phone. When I hold it, honestly, it feels the same way my 14 did in a case with my back wallet, so it's still very low profile from phone usage. There's only one really issue that I'm trying to solve here, and that is the fact that it's a little wiggly because it's not extremely tight. The adapter into the phone is not perfectly flush, and so it does wiggle a little bit right there. And then this is just a decent amount of weight and strain. I'm going to take this off. I'm actually going to glue these two pieces together because that has a little bit of play in it as well. Ideally, I'd like to use very small crazy glue. Michael, you did not do a very minimalist job. Let's set that off to the side for a minute. But while that one's drying, I'll show you the most important bit, which of course is the fact that does it actually work? Does it have dropped frames? Because a lot of people, again, using that really small SanDisk USB, I saw someone tweet that it was dropping frames, and so the write speeds, I guess, weren't fast enough. And if I launch my camera app, we can see USB-C at the bottom. I recorded like 5-minute clips in 4K 60 ProRes, and I had 0 drop frames. It never stopped recording. So these adapters definitely have the right speeds capable of handling this footage, which is great. And in a way, this is kind of like a 2 terabyte iPhone, because if I go into my Files app, I can see 1 terabyte 𝗦𝗚𝗙𝗙. Here's all of my footage that I just shot. But I could put files on here. I could put whatever I want. I need to do one thing temporarily. I'm gonna see if just a little bit of gaff tape. Put the tape on the back. Could just glue it to my phone. Makes it a little better. I think double-sided tape would definitely be the way to go. Gaff tape is not very sticky, but it works. And I know a lot of you will be asking what drives would support this sort of thing, even if you don't want the recessed drive. The T3 is definitely too thick, but I believe a regular T7 would work. I only have the T7 rugged, which is way too thick. And one thing that will definitely fix this is I believe there's gonna be tons of case companies that come out with SSD holder cases and grips and all that stuff. So I imagine a couple months from now, this isn't even gonna be a problem at all. But for now, the reason that I like this setup is because so many people pointed out the problems of like, this is cool, but I'm not gonna carry around all these dongles. I'm not gonna carry around something like this with an SSD attached on top. But this is honestly a setup that I would throw in my pocket, or I would just disconnect, throw it in our like diaper bag with the kids or something. And then when we go out, if I notice that like, hey, I wanna shoot a lot of stuff, we're in a cool place, I can just take this out of the bag, throw it on there, And now I can go around and still have a very small form factor. Or, you know, you want to film a concert or something, you know, you're not really going to have an issue bringing this in. But do you guys have any thoughts to improving this? Let me know down in the comments below. Again, if you're interested in learning how to take your iPhone filmmaking to the next level, check out my guide and all of these different products in the link in the description. It's really one of the only reasons I'm able to continue to make videos like this for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.